AIM-listed group that is made up of two divisions. The first division is Bush and Company Rehabilitation, and the second division is our Consumer Legal Division. The Consumer Legal Division includes the National Accident Helpline, which I think is a very big brand in the market, and also its affiliated law firm, which is National Accident Law. In essence, our businesses, both of them, even though they're quite different, are all about helping people get their lives back on track following an accident or an injury, and this is no matter how small or how serious. Our group has a triple bottom line, and this tells you something about how I suppose, about the group's ethos. It has a triple bottom line, which is people, profit, and planet. And what that essentially means is we work ethically with integrity for the betterment of the communities that we serve. We are a profitable organisation, but our main focus is on serving those people that really don't have access to legal services. And then the people that we employ, we sort of focus heavily on them and giving them great careers and great secure employment, and then also the planet. So we look at what we can do as an organisation for the planet. Profit, we know is important because it keeps the doors open, but that is not our main objective. It's a result of all the hard work that we do. In both of the divisions, we give all of our employees, and some of our employees come from sort of poor educational or poor socioeconomic backgrounds. They are sometimes also older people returning to the workforce, or mums sort of returning to the workforce with limited skills. We give them all the opportunity to realise their own potential and build hopefully successful careers with us, well-paid careers in law or in rehabilitation. We've got 280 employees right now. 15% of our employees are aged 50 plus, and we would love to grow that number. So that gives you a bit of an overview of the group. I just wonder if I hand over to Gemma, or GBY as we call her, to tell us more about the Consumer Legal Division.
Thanks, Marcus. I do prefer GBY. If I get called Gemma, I feel like I'm being told off. So, and I'll just echo what Marcus said. It's really great to be here and to be able to present to you. So thanks for having us. Consumer Legal Services then. So you'll likely know the National Accident Helpline brand. So that brand is about attracting members of the public that have had a serious accident and need help getting their lives back on track. Injuries that can occur on the road, in the workplace, or sometimes medical negligence. We deal with those claims as well. And so what happens is when we've qualified the injury as legitimate, we progress the caller through to our own law firm, so National Accident Law, which we started. Actually, we're really proud to say we started our own law firm about five years ago now. And we've grown that from scratch. Or we could pass the injury, the claim through to one of our panel firms that we work with. And essentially the cases are investigated. We look at medical evidence. We arrange for medical evidence to be done. And then through the Ministry of Justice portal, the process they have, we claim on the client's behalf, typically from insurance companies. So we don't do any cold calling. In fact, we're really proud to lead from the front with regards to no cold calling. And we actively work with the Ministry of Justice against any kind of practices like that. We're very against it. So ethically wise, we're really supportive of that. So you might be wondering what it's like to work with this business as an employee. So our employees rate us as an employer higher than the Gallup Exceptional Workplace Award-winning companies by 11%. Both our divisions have been voted top 100 companies to work with in the UK, and we've been awarded Gold Investors in People. It might be an affirmation that you know about, it's familiar to you. And then when asked if our employees would recommend our business to their friends to work for us, 100% of our employees said yes. Get really proud of that fact. So we regularly recruit to fill roles opening up in our business from internal promotion and business growth. Typically, our helpline advisor role. So those that kind of said customer service background, that would be an ideal kind of opportunity for them. So that role can be part-time or full-time. Pays around 23.5K a year. There's bonus as well that can be earned. The working week is 37.5 hours. The role is contact centre based. So I think you said about working in contact centre. So it's contact centre opportunities. The opening hours are Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. We provide full training. So we're really proud of the training that we offer. Anyone who joins our helpline centre. So full training is provided, and we also offer hybrid working as well. So remote for half a day home. But all our vacancies we put on our website. And when you apply, if you decide to apply to us, then if you go via our website, it'd be great to hear that your career starts, so we can have a message stat on that, and obviously allow us to recognise you as well.
So Bush and Company, which is our second division, is all about rehabilitation. It was originally set up in 1986 by Paul Bush, who was a quadriplegic himself, and he couldn't get the rehabilitation he needed. And then the NAHL Group bought that company, or acquired the company in 2015. Essentially, what Bush and Company does is it rehabilitates people with catastrophic injuries. Now, typically, these catastrophic injuries are something to do with spine or brain injuries, and they can be from car accidents, birth, or medical accidents as well. It's the second largest of its kind in the country. It has over 200 certified associates as case managers or expert court medical witnesses as well. So for this particular division, we're really interested in people that have a background in the NHS, or as therapists, doctors, nurses, medical professors, that are looking for a change of a career, where they're working in the private sector. And these roles are typically freelance roles, but within the safety of a business. So we have a lot of work, and I think sometimes we have so much work, we don't have the enough case managers to handle it. So we're constantly looking to build our ranks. Hourly rates fluctuate, but they're generally about £35 an hour. Within this business, we've also got administrative roles where full training is provided, and these roles can include proofreading for expert reports, managing the instructions from law firms, or as I like to call them, our concierge department. And this concierge department, for these people we're helping rehabilitate, we do everything from buying houses, arranging holidays, booking taxis, buying linen. I mean, the list goes on. The roles are in this outside of the clinical roles. The roles in the office are hybrid, so 1 day in the office in Daventry and then 4 days at home. But we provide the home kit, laptop screens, and full training. And again, we'd love to see more people with experience that are just deciding to change their career come into the business.
So it sounds as though, I mean, from what you've already described, there's a lot of flexible working, a lot of hybrid, opportunities around part-time. Would you say that the main routes into the business would be, I understand on the Bush & Co side, they're more clinical background. On the NAHL side, it's probably wider, so almost anyone with any background could come in. What about, I mean, we've got a couple of experienced people in the room, we've got the Bridgets, we've got the Jasons of the world. Would there be a role or an opportunity for someone who has, say, for example, a more advanced or developed legal background?
If someone had a background in the personal injury sector, then yes, that would be very advantageous in that business. But we have roles that span kind of across the whole business. So if there's someone that has got specific law background, that might be able to we might be able to utilize that skill in one of our more administrative teams, perhaps, or our operational business. It's always advantageous to have some experience in the law sector for sure. So we definitely wouldn't outrule it if they weren't from the PI industry. Yeah. But I think specifically for the litigation roles or our hard hand roles, our fee earning roles, as that was might understand it to be, then a personal injury background would be required to be just.
Yeah. Perfect. What about, I mean, picking up on what Manuela's question, there was that thing about actually, would there be roles as well in terms of technical infrastructure. You've talked a bit on some of the admin, the concierge side of things within Bush & Co, but maybe on that kind of the wider infrastructure piece.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got, I mean, to help all those departments, we've got an IT section, which is technology. We've got management information section, which is analysis and database of information, of data. So we have all those functions, as well as marketing, finance, people team, and then operational areas as well. So all of those, yeah, we have jobs that come up. I wouldn't say frequently, because our turnover is relatively low, but absolutely, we're really happy to look at again, any candidates that sort of come in from via our website and say we're from Brave Start. We'll look and we'll have a discussion with you to say, this is what we've got right now. Really, where do you want to go? Because I think that's one of the things I picked up from Brave Starts, being a member myself, was actually you may not want to do what you've always done. You may just want an opportunity to talk to somebody to say, what could I do, and to get some sort of, you know, an opportunity to learn something new. And we're great at internal promotion. So you can start somewhere, and then once you say, you know what, I've got my skill because we've trained you fully on something, I want to move somewhere, then, I mean, I think, Gemma, I don't know what the percentage of internal promotions that we do, but it must be close to, and so 80% of all internal roles are filled by our internal people moving somewhere. So starting somewhere and then moving through is absolutely a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so important to us to have, you know, having people join our business and then being able to develop them into new roles, new possibilities. That's absolutely always our first thought before we would consider external. So
amazing. And I think, I mean, you know, it's increasingly going to have to be where people are going. And I'm aware on our workshops, I always kind of take the view with people that, you know, your background and your experience might be very beautifully developed, and that's fine, but this company doesn't know who the hell you are from Adam, right? You've still got to come in somewhere, but actually accept that where you might be 2 months down the line or 2 years down the line is not necessarily where you'll start. Every role develops. I mean, very few people end up doing the job description they applied for and they're not still doing it 5 years later, right? I mean, things craft and change and develop. So it's just actually what's missing a lot of the time for our audience is the company's open enough, willing enough to consider or even have those conversations in the first place. So it's a lot of what you're saying is music to my ears. I do want to pick up on one of the things that Marcus said, which was, you know, you've already got quite a large percentage of people over the age of 50 within your organisation, but you would like to have more. I want you to tell our members why you would like to have more.
I think it's purely a selfish business reason. I think what we found is there's a massive generational shift that's happening with employers, and employers are recognizing that when you get people that have great tenure with businesses, that have had a long, successful career, I think that what they bring to their life experience that they bring to our roles is really important. We're dealing with people essentially, and we're caring for people. And when those, and I use the plus 50 plus sort of group, but when they come into our business, I see them working in all parts of our business, and they just bring what you can't teach somebody, which is the life experience. But they also bring a lot of loyalty to an employer. They appreciate working for a good employer. And I mean, I don't want to blow our trumpet, but a lot of our employees say, I wish I would have had this job 20 years ago because it would have changed my life. And I think if we can give that opportunity to people that have had a really rocky career, but just want to do a great job for a great employer, then why wouldn't we? Because it is, the work that they produce is going to be, you know, of a far better quality because of their life experience.